The 2024 Travers Stakes, also known as the Midsummer Derby at Saratoga, promises to be one of the most spectacular thoroughbred racing performances of the year. It may not only determine the leading 3-year-old of 2024, plus potentially decide Horse of the Year Eclipse honors. There are 4 proven superstar contenders, including this year's extraordinary filly competing against 7 males, any one of which has the credentials to score a major racing victory. We interviewed several experts in advance of the $1.25 million Travers Stakes race. I'm here with super trainer Gary Contes at Saratoga. Been very successful on the track for years. We've known each other. What do you think about this Travers coming up? It's supposed to be a very interesting race.
I think this has the possibility of being the greatest Travers ever. And I'll tell you why. There's a lot of angles. You have Dornoch, who legitimately is the most disrespected horse in the industry. Nobody gives him a chance, and he keeps winning and winning and winning. Then you have a filly trying the Travers, and she is the best filly in the country, Thorpedo Anna. Then you have 2 more horses that are tremendous horses. Fierceness, who's coming off a 108 buyer, and maybe the race of his life, but he doesn't always show up. So what fierceness are we going to get? And then you have Chad Brown's horse, who is the perennial runner-up in all the Triple Crown races, but he's got the potential to win on any given day. So you have not 1, not 2, not 3. You have 4 major players and a bunch of other horses that are pretty decent horses. But I love the backstories on Dornoch, Thorpedo Anna, and especially Fierceness. What fierceness are we going to get? But my heart is to see Thorpedo Anna win this race. I'd love to see a filly manhandle those boys.
Here we are with Kenny McPeak. He's got Thorpedo Anna in the Travers, and what a year he's had with Thorpedo Anna and with Mystic Dan. Kenny, what do you anticipate coming up, and why did you stick your neck out here and put this filly, who's been going 1 1/8 at 1 1/4 against the boys?
Well, this is a really special filly. I mean, everything she's done from the beginnings, she's done relatively easy. And this season, she's really dominated the 3-year-old filly division. And I know a lot of the horses running in the 3-year-old colts, and she's worked on a regular basis with Mystic Dan earlier in the year. And I just think that she's good enough. If a filly's ever going to win the Travers, it's her. And she's hitting on all cylinders. We're right here, what I'd call her home track at this stage, because she's run here twice already, so it's exciting.
And with Mystic Dan, the anticipation is maybe the Penn Derby or eventually Pegasus?
No. He's on the shelf. We've been taking our time with him. You know, this is a horse that's been in training for an extended period. He was 11, 12 months, and he hadn't missed a beat. And I did not think that the Travers was going to be an ideal spot coming back for him. Thought a little more time would do him some good, so I made the decision to just take our time. And you'll see him sometime either later in the year or first of next year. But lovely horse, and just real proud of everything he's accomplished.
I'm here with David Grenning, New York correspondent, Daily Racing Form. If there's anyone that knows how to follow these races, it's David, and it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. How do you see this shaping up?
It's a fascinating race. I was inclined to throw the filly out, actually, Thorpedo Anna, until I saw her breeze on Saturday, the week before the race, and she really impressed me. There was a little traffic in front of her. She went around there. She was under absolute stranglehold, and she really looks good. My concern with her is I think she's been beating up on a relatively weak group of 3-year-old fillies, but she's been doing it the right way. So you got to put that check in her corner. I do think Leone is the most consistent of the group. This might be the time where, because of his 2 most recent defeats, that maybe from a value standpoint he falls through the cracks a little bit. Instead of maybe 2-1, you get 3 or 3-1 or 7-2. And I do think there's going to be another big race with his name on it. And I guess as we're taping this, I'm probably leaning toward him. But it's a really cool race. Dornoch is a cool horse who's underappreciated, even though he's a 2-time Grade 1 winner, and he is the 3-year-old division leader with those Pascal and Belmont Stakes wins. But maybe it's Leone's turn with the 1 1/4. Flavian Pratt knowing him now, and he ran a really solid race last time in the Jim Davy.
We're here with trainer Chad Brown. He's got Leone coming up in the Travers. It's a big opportunity. This horse has done well, usually finishing in the top 3 of any races he's been in. Chad, what's your challenges for this race, and how do you see it playing out?
Well, he just has to work out a good trip and come with his late run. Hopefully there's enough pace in the race. It looks on paper there might be. And I think getting him back out to a mile and a quarter will help him.
Well, thanks. Any comments about the filly going in the race? That's interesting, huh?
No, she looks very formidable. I mean, she's a top horse. She's definitely one of the horses to beat. And I have 2 horses in the race. Unmatched Wisdom also is in the race. So he's an up-and-coming horse that he's undefeated, but he's going to have to really step up and run just a little bit better than he ran last time. But the way he's training, he's capable of it.
Well, we're at glorious Saratoga with a little bit of rain and a smile on his face. David Dugen, great trainer here. David, got a super race coming up for the Travers. How do you see this thing shaping up, and any thoughts about it?
I've always been a Sierra Leone fan. I think he came up just a shade short the last time, but I still think he's the one that I think could get the job done. Obviously, it's juiced up a little bit, but having the filly in there, you know, hats off to him for taking a chance. I think she deserves it. Obviously, Fierceness is on a good trend right now, and obviously you got the battle-hardened Dornoch. So, I mean, it's setting up for quite a race.
Come on.
Yeah, full brother to me.
Full brother, the Mish. Dornoch.
All right, so I'm going to start this interview now officially. I'm here with the Delgados. What a team. Father, son, done great. They introduced this horse out of Puka named Mage, won the Kentucky Derby, and now the full brother Dornoch is in the Travers. What do you see coming up in this game?
Well, he's proven that he's a tough horse, but whenever he gets in a dog fight, he keeps trying, that horse. I mean, I like that about him. And the last 2 races, pretty much the same style. You think he's done, and he continues to give him a fight.
Yeah.
And well, just like you said, I will continue to root for him because he's a nice horse. 2, he's full to Mage, and I get along also with the team. So Dornoch, that's the horse that we're gonna be rooting for.
I'm here with Ian McKinley at Saratoga on the backside. He's working on Dornoch. You're taking a look. Last time we spoke to Ian, it was at the Hamiltonian. Ian, what do you see for this race shaping up here?
Oh, it's gonna be an awesome race. We got the filly coming in, that'll bring the crowd for sure. But you got 4 of them. The filly, obviously Dornoch, Fierceness, Sierra Leone. I don't want to slight the other guys in there, but
all good
those
horses.
ones I know.
All good horses.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and everybody's real happy the way they're going. So,
I'm here with Denny Gargan, the trainer of Dornoch, who's just jumped to the top in the ratings, and the Travers is coming up. Danny, I followed you in Florida, and you kept telling me back, probably 3/4 of a year ago, you said this is the horse for me, and he's going to do it. So just give me an update on what you think.
Well, obviously since we last talked, he's won 2 Grade 1s in a row, and we're coming into Travers hopeful, he can win 3. Very few horses ever win 3-year-olds win 3 Grade 1s. I mean, you're talking American Pharaoh, Justify, Point Given, won the Haskell, and the Belmont, the Haskell Travers. I think it might be the only horse that's ever won those 3 races in a row. I'd have to look that up. But, he's trying to, do something that's very rarely done. And we're proud of him for what he's done. And we've just been excited and thrilled to death to be on this ride.
I'm here with Saffy Joseph Jr. He's training Aario, the last year's Breeder Classic winner. Give me just a brief update, and what do you think about the Travers coming up now that we're at Saratoga?
Yeah, Aario, I'm thankful to have him back in our barn, a champion, and basically he had a rest on the farm with Gary Gulo and his farm, a very beautiful facility that they have, and came in last week, and he's back jogging. So our long-term goal is the Pegasus and kind of working backwards from there. When do we start back in the race? Maybe October, November, but everything right now is undecided. Yeah, the Travers, what a great race is shaping up. I mean, great by Kenny McPeak to put Thorpedo Anna there. What a great sporting gesture. What a filly she's become, and if she was to win it, I mean, she's going to put her name in the record books as one of the best fillies ever. No tall task, and you got Sierra Leone in there, who's kind of had a lot of excuses, and last time he kind of didn't have an excuse, and he still came up short. And then you got Fierceness. He's been great when he has, and when he hasn't, he's been a mystery. So you hopefully all those 3 horses show up and run the best race, and it's shaping up to be a great race. And you got some other good horses in there also. I mean, you got Dornoch coming off the Haskell, Belmont winner. It's one of the best drivers for a long time, if not, and excited to see. As I said, Fierceness, when he shows up, he's tough, and the filly, it's a really exciting race, and those are 4 horses there, and you can't really separate them.
We're very lucky we ran into Mark Carnett, one of the primary owners of White Aario. This horse has been up and down a few times, but he's one of the superstars of this past year and hopefully the coming year, now with Saffy Joseph Jr. Mark, just give me a quick update on what's going on with him.
Yeah, we gave him, after the Met Mile, we decided to give him a little breather and send him over to the farm here in Saratoga for about 30 days, just let him graze and get some sun on his back. And came back Monday, and now he's back jogging, and he'll go back in full race training here probably next week and look to get a start probably in early October with him.
We're here with super trainer Todd Fletcher. What an experience. The Travers is coming up yet again, and he's got a big horse in there, Fierceness. So how do you know when Fierceness is going to have a good day? He's been off, he's been on, he's been off, he's been on. Is it something you could see, or it's just the day?
No, it's a tough read because the horse is always training well. He's always breezed well. You know, the one thing that's in common with his off races are he hasn't gotten away to a good start. So I think a good beginning is crucial to him being successful. The Holy Bull, I think he's probably a little bit overly criticized for. He got really shoved around pretty significantly in the beginning of that race, and still finished 3rd. So I don't think that was maybe a truly bad race. Plenty of excuses, but he's come back. He ran terrific in the Jim Dandy. He's been training really well since then. So we're anticipating good effort.
I'm here with the Grandmaster of the sport of training, Dwayne Lucas, best known currently for Seize the Gray winning the Preakness. He's got one of the top 5 horses in the country, holding it for the Pennsylvania Derby, and purportedly looking maybe for the Pegasus Stakes if we get to that point. But I just want to know why you're holding the horse for that. And also, what's your view on the Travers? It seems to be an action-packed, talented field.
I think you did Don spot out there with the Travers. Early on there was a conversation that maybe the 3-year-old class wasn't up to par, and that they were being critical of it. But I think we put that to bed. The Travers is really, really a strong race right now. And I even elected to go to the Pennsylvania Derby because I thought that maybe it was an easier spot. And I didn't get 2 good races out of Seize the Gray up here on this surface. So really, I hate to think that he wouldn't handle this track, but I think he'll handle Parks at Pennsylvania much better.
I'm here with Ramon Dominguez, a Hall of Fame jockey, well known in the circles, rode some of the best of all time. Just quickly, Ramon, you're working on a new development. I want to cut this in, try a little bit more humane with the riding crop. You want to just show me what it is and how long you've been working on this thing for?
Sure, this is an idea that came to me actually many years ago when I was still active as a jockey at Delaware Park, and it's something that I had a few prototypes, and the main idea was really to minimize the impact that the horse felt while the jockeys in this case were utilizing this riding crop. And typically the riding crops, this area, which is the area of contact, is 2 pieces of material that are sewn around the edge. But that edge, because the jockey doesn't have control as to how it will impact the horse, if you hit it with the edge, it can cause some harm. So with that in mind, I say, well, a cylinder will actually completely eradicate those edges, and that's where this edge, or this edgeless cylinder came from. And it is made out of foam and makes noise. So yeah, that's where this was born.
Beautiful encouragement. Just give me your quick thoughts on this Travers coming up. It's supposed to be an amazing race, at least 4 superstars for the year in there and a couple others, and anyone could win. What's your thoughts on the Travers?
Sure, when you say four superstars, and certainly the 4 that comes to mind is Fierceness, who comes from a very impressive win. That is a horse that is such a puzzle because he has proven to run a good one and a bad one, and if that trend continues, he's going to run a bad one, but if not, he will be definitely tough to beat. Now he will most likely be forwardly placed, and then he will come with the competition or the challenge of Dornoch, another horse that has been taking it to another level.
He has been going to the lead, seems to be a lot more focused on in his early races. And so certainly that's a horse that is continue to impress. And we have Sierra Leone, a horse that has been in some ways disappointing because he has proven that he's as good as any of the 3-year-olds in this division. But there is always something that has happened, whether it is pace or maybe drifting in. So we'll see what Sierra Leone comes. And now the filly, Thorpedo Anna, there was a lot of debate as to whether to run her against the fillies, and now they chose to run against the boys. If she happens to win this race, she could be the horse of the year. So certainly Sierra Leone, I would say that it's a horse, in my opinion, with more upside, although he just got big couple lengths from Fierceness. He's a horse that certainly I don't think that we have seen the best of him.
We're with Carlos Martin, been on the track for 3rd generation, long time, knows the game. Travers is coming up, Carlos. What do you see shaping up with this pack of superstars?
Definitely a great Travers rendition, a historic event. You know, you have McPeak has done an amazing job with Thorpedo Anna trying to make history. And I think if any filly can beat those top-notch boys, I love the way he's brought her into the race. She's training sensational. I think the challenge is a real challenge, but I can see Thorpedo Anna being up to it. I'm really excited to watch her run. A great cast of 3-year-olds, including Sierra Leone, Fierceness, and of course Denny Gargan is also our friend who's done an amazing job with Dornoch. So it's going to be a great race. Those 4 horses are legitimate, you know, top horses. Thorpedo Anna, though, I think might bring something a little special to the table. I'm not usually a proponent of a filly with the colts, but in this case, what I've seen, as good as those 3-year-olds are, I think she might have the talent to take it to another level. Her work here the other day was sensational. She had been working with some of McPeak's better horses, including the Derby winner. I think Thorpedo Anna is a real deal, the real superstar, and I think she's going to get a good setup. You know, Chad's other horse, it's got speed. They're uncoupled. I'm not saying Chad's going to use him as a rabbit, but he's a good horse in his own right. But he's going to make sure that he's not going to have 2 horses come off the pace. So unmatched wisdom will probably be on the engine, and somebody else will. So you'll have a legitimate pace, I would think.
Will trainer Kenny McPeak's Thorpedo Anna, ridden by jockey Brian Hernandez, beat 7 males and solidify her historic place as the first filly since 1915 to have done such? Will trainer Denny Gargan's favorite Dornoch, ridden by Luis Saez, be the 2nd horse to score his 3rd Grade 1 stakes race, i.e. the Belmont, Haskell, and Travers, in a row as a 3-year-old since last done by Hall of Fame Horse of the Year, Point Given, in 2001? Will trainer Todd Pletcher's inconsistently dominant Fierceness, ridden by Johnny Velazquez, perform at his maximum level? Will trainer Chad Brown's always dangerous Sierra Leone, ridden by jockey Flavian Pratt, finally break through to best these equally talented competitors? Or will skilled challengers Unmatched Wisdom, Batten Down, Anna Marie, or Corporate Power upset the favorites? Saturday's Travers will be an amazing race.